everybody, welcome back to Freestyle Friday.
Before we get started, if you like what you're seeing, please like, share, and subscribe.
Perfect.
All right. I feel like it's becoming Facial Friday.
Mm-hmm. That's a new thing. That's what it is now.
No. When we have to do makeup again, Carol. We haven't done makeup in a long time. But yeah, we can do like regular, because you remember the person was asking us about, day to night makeup. We have to make a day to do that. Last week we were supposed to have 10 movies that we recommend for people to watch, or the movies that we love. And we got that what's it called? That comment a little late, so we weren't prepared. But anyway, so we have 10 now that we really love. So we're going to tell you guys movies that's our favorite topic. One of my favorite topics is movies, I think.
Yeah, we're going to be watching.
That's all we do.
We're going to be watching a movie called Strangers after we do this.
Yeah.
So we'll tell you how
it's
that
called
was.
The Strangers.
The Strangers. And it's supposed to be based on true events.
Yeah.
So
it looks really creepy, actually.
So, yeah, creepy. So we'll be talking about that.
One of my favorite movies that I actually think is pretty good, and you guys should really watch this, is Argo. I will try to find posters of these movies here so you guys can see what they look like. But Argo is a really good movie, Kara. Did you like it? I introduced it to Kara.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
It's really good. It's showing another way government did some weird stuff, but it all worked out. But it's a really good movie. You guys should watch it. Argo. Abducted in Plain Sight. So this is a documentary that we saw on Netflix. This documentary's been out, I think, for a little while, but it is the craziest, weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It is a very weird documentary. The twists and turns that goes into this particular family is just unbelievable.
It's just stupid. It's like the stupid, you know what I mean? Like family stupidity.
When we got done watching that movie, that documentary, yeah, we felt dumber. Like, you feel a little silly, but it's just, you can't believe it. You can't believe that someone can be manipulated so harshly.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's really strange. You guys should watch it. Abducted in Plain Sight. And then one of my favorite movies is Cape Fear. I watched Cape Fear many years ago, and then I came by it not so long ago. I'm like, I remember how great this movie was. First of all, I didn't even realize that Robert De Niro in that movie, he has a southern accent. Like, it's strong, like a hillbilly.
Yeah, really?
And it threw me off because I'm always used to...
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, I don't remember him having that strong of an accent, but it's like a hillbilly. And, because I think I'm used to, Robert De Niro. Yeah, y'all know, Italian Robert De Niro. And he's like a hillbilly in that movie. It's really good.
He really stretched himself.
Kara?
Thinner.
Kara hasn't seen Thinner.
I don't know what that is.
Thinner is a Stephen King movie, and it's about a man that
thinner?
Can't stop losing weight.
He's thinner?
I forgot what he takes, like, it's like some voodoo stuff happens.
Oh, okay.
I don't say voodoo, but gypsy. A gypsy does a spell on him, and he's wanting to lose weight anyways. He can't stop losing weight. So it's a whole story behind it, but it's really good. It's called Thinner, Stephen King. And then Revolutionary Road. I love that movie. I love, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. I like him as an actor. It took him forever to get an Oscar, but I like him as an actor. But Revolutionary Road is really good.
Does he have one?
Yeah, he finally got one.
Oh.
He finally got one, I think, last year or the year before. Revolutionary Road reminds me of the topic that we had last week about your life being boring and it all being the same every day. And it's kind of like what it was there, is that it was the same always every day, and he's wanting to change it up drastically, and then it just got all kind of messed up.
Oh, those movies are good. Yeah, that movie is basically about facing fear.
That's really all it is. In general, though, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point.
Because Pennywise is nothing without your fear.
Right. He can't. He has no powers without it.
So it's kind of like a metaphor for
life, really
showing up in life without what do you call it? Fearless.
Being fearless.
Oh, Meg. Meg is the new Jaws.
Meg is the new Jaws.
Meg is the new Jaws. Only Jaws is 25 feet long, and Meg is what, 90?
No, Meg is 52 feet.
But they said 50 to 92.
96 feet.
Or is that your real information? So Megalodon was a Jurassic shark. Right?
But no, but it's real.
It's
though.
real.
It's
real.
It's a real thing.
It was like Megalodon was a Jurassic shark that was that could be anywhere from 50 feet to 90 feet long. And Megalodon means big teeth. So it had big teeth, and it could snap. They say it could snap a dolphin. They say it could snap a dolphin in half. Or not a dolphin, a whale. That's how big it was.
It doesn't mean big teeth. The word Megalodon.
So apparently these people went to...
It's such a good movie.
They went like how we go to space, how we go outside, they did that with the water. They went really far down that no one has gone further down. And they met Meg. Meg came back up to us.
And then they opened up, because they went down there, there's like a portal they opened by doing that.
And Meg came through.
And then they thought they got Meg. And then a bigger Meg came and ate that Meg.
Another movie about facing your fear.
Another movie about a billionaire having too much money on his hands.
Another movie about billionaires who do things. Well, Jurassic Park was like that. Another billionaire doing something. You need to bring...
why are we bringing back dinosaurs?
The Jurassic years were over. Like, why do you need to bring dinosaurs up? Megalodon didn't need to come up.
Right, we don't need that. Why do they do this? Why do they always got... They don't have nowhere else to spend their money.
I don't know. I think because they won't be bothered by it.
That's true.
The regular world will be.
Oh, that's probably true.
Like, we didn't need, like, when you watch Jurassic Park, like, we didn't need, like, by the way, all the Jurassic Parks are good.
All of them. We have all of them.
All of them. They're good. You know what I mean? But, again, here's a billionaire who's creating dinosaurs again. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
And that last one is just like, now it's just Dinosaur World.
Yeah, because...
Now they let him loose.
Let him loose.
So, you knew that was coming.
And now there's dinosaurs everywhere.
Right. So, like, the lion's not king of the jungle anymore.
When are we ever going to be satisfied with what we always see? First of all, I already don't like zoos. I don't like that idea in general, zoos. I'm against zoos. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. But that's what they were trying to do, create a Jurassic, like a zoo. And I'm like, but we don't need prehistoric animals in 2020. We don't need that. Why are we doing that?
Well, it's like the guy said in the movie. He's just like, you shouldn't have went down there. He's just like, we never are satisfied with Mother Nature. No. We're always trying to push and see what Mother Nature destroyed. Right. So Mother Nature made it so that we weren't able to go in that space, and then we figured out how to get in that space. Yes. And now we brought up a monster. Right. So the same with Jurassic Park. Mother Nature said their time was over. Yeah. So he killed all Mother Nature killed all of the dinosaurs, and we were created. Right. And so why do we need to coexist?
Why are we doing that?
But the reason why Mother Nature did that is because we can't coexist. We will die.
Look how my mask gets. This mask gets light.
It goes in your skin. Oh. It's melting into your pores.
See, it started off like...
Remember I look like powder?
Can we do this last... You did. You like powder. You remember that movie? Powder?
That little boy that never came outside. And when he did, he liked powder. It was a pretty boring movie, though.
It was actually a very boring movie.
It's one of those movies where you saw this weird kid, and then everybody's like, ooh, why is he like that? And then it's a movie like, this is really boring.
Yeah. It's a long...
The only thing that's interesting is the way he looks.
Right. That's it.
And that's not enough.
Then the core. We talked about the core before.
Yeah. So the core is about the core of our planet.
Right. And how it stopped.
Right.
The middle core of our planet turns, and that's how we're able to... Right. If it stops, then gravity gets all messed up, and then
we die.
So the core is stopped, or it was stopping. Right. At least it didn't stop all the way. It was stopping. So they had to send somebody down there to go and restart the core.
Mm-hmm. See, I like movies like that because I don't like end of the world movies, but I like when they talk about how the world works. Right. How the earth works. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of scary. Yeah. In a way, it's its own like horror film.
Like who's watching that? Like who's paying?
And if it stops, we're all gone. You know what I mean? So no government. Right. Everybody's going. Joe Biden, Donald Trump.
Yeah. Everybody's
nobody's
gone.
immune to that.
It doesn't matter. Coronavirus will be gone too.
So that would be our ice age.
Right.
Then
it's really scary,
the universe said, these humans are annoying. Right. We should have kept the dinosaurs.
Right. I always wonder who. I mean, there's science and stuff like watching that daily.
Mm-hmm. They said it's like even like. In space, like the sun stays a certain amount away from us.
Remember we were looking at this thing on space. Well, we were trying to figure out why you can see the sun, why you still see the moon in the daylight. Yeah. So this has been like people were like, I don't understand that. I thought that the sun covered the moon, and then we don't see it anymore.
But one time we were going to the store and we saw the moon and it was bright as day. It's funny because like the moon. There's been so many. Like I like conspiracy theories. I think they're funny.
I think they're hilarious.
And there was that one where they said, "What if the moon was just a hologram?" That was being
what if it was
just a hologram? And they were just like, yeah, but people have been up there. Like, yeah, but only like one person,
right?
Only one or two people.
And some of the NASA pictures, they fill in the blanks with those colors and stuff. Yeah. That's not.
So it's like they were like most people aren't going to the moon,
right?
Only like a handful of people have really been up there. So what if they were lying?
Yeah.
What if it was just literally a hologram and every country had one so that you could see it? That would be so funny. They say, the sun is real. You can see that, but what if the moon was just fake?
They couldn't. Then they would never be able to explain the moon landing.
Yeah.
Well, they still can't explain that.
Still can't explain that.
Right. All right. And then 2012. 2012 is really good. 2012 is the most accurate. If this were to go down.
If I feel like the end of the world was coming, this would be accurate.
The movie 2012, they kind of tear apart how it may look.
Yeah.
And how the rich will act. Remember?
Yeah, they built the Noah's Arks.
Yeah.
For just the rich people.
Really
or people who meant something. So basically,
powerful people.
So they took a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
And then they took powerful people.
Carol always laughs at the queen.
Yeah, because the queen always walks. It's always funny when you see the queen walking with her little dogs. It's like, what does she need? She's about to die anyway. Right. Why does she need to live a little longer? It's weird.
2012 is weird, but
because everybody thought that the world was ending in 2012. Everybody thought the world was ending in 2000.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And nothing ever happens. But
every decade, the world's ending.
Yeah, because a girl at work said, "Why 2012 though?"
Yeah.
I said, "Because remember, everyone said it was." That. I remember that. I remember New York people saying people were really actively talking about. They're like, "Oh, they say this is it. These are the end of times. These are the end of end of days." And the 2012 is when it says it somehow biblically. It says that, and I was just like, "Yeah, it ain't gonna happen."
Right,
it didn't. But it was a good movie.
In 1999, people thought that the powers that be didn't know how to reboot the systems, so they said that all the lights and everything was going to go out, and never believed that. But people were buying a lot of water and stocking up their shelves with canned foods and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I always feel like, don't people understand that there's always technology that's already 5 years ahead of us, like the Japanese, the Chinese, they're ahead of us with that stuff. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff that they have done, invented, a lot of that stuff is they've already done that 5 years ago. So don't you think that in order for like the world to stop like that, I just feel like that means that everyone has to be clocked out of their job. Everyone. And I feel like that makes no sense. When people say, oh, the world's going to end in whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what I think I like about movies, though, is that they always make you think, what if?
What if?
What if that stuff happened? You know what I mean? Like, what if that happened? What was that movie? 1BR.
Uh-oh.
Like,
it's it's one bedroom, somewhere. You keep saying 1BR.
One bedroom. But it is. It does say 1BR.
Yeah.
But that's happening somewhere for someone to get any kind of information.
Right.
Basically, the torture system.
That was a really bizarre
movie. And now we're gonna watch a movie called Strangers. Which what is it? It looked like it's just like a couple who just is in a excluded. And they're that they thought they were, but there's not. There's like people there.
Yeah.
So they say it's based off true events.
Yeah.
So it looks like they took off the Manson family and
a couple other events, but it looks a little bit creepy.
Yeah. Not
a little bit. It looks very creepy.
Yeah, so we're going to watch in the daylight.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of another one of those purged feelings.
Yeah. But why would you want to go to an excluded place? I know. Like we were saying that the other day, I don't want to be in an area where there is no one.
When we were watching, we told you guys last week to watch When a Stranger Calls.
When a Stranger Calls.
I think When a Stranger Calls Back. Yeah. I think it's called When a Stranger Calls Back. When a Stranger Calls is in the 1980s. Or 70s. 70s one is original, and there's another one that's called When a Stranger Calls Back, where they kind of remade it, and both of them are excellent,
really good movies. Both of them are
excellent movies. But anyways, and the second one, the babysitter, she's babysitting for these really, really ultra rich people. They live out in the middle of nowhere. Why do people live out in the middle of nowhere?
You know how rich people are. There are these types of rich people that like to. I like land too, so I like to own land. But I don't like. There's this kind of rich people. Like, you ever watch Dallas?
Yeah.
Like, they're just there in South Fork all by themselves in this house.
So the next closest, even mansion is far away. Yeah.
And I don't like that, because I feel like First of all, if you ever need the police, which they did, it will take forever for them to get to you.
Well, remember when she called the police? They were like, it's gonna be 20 minutes to get to
20 minutes. You know what could happen to you in 20 minutes?
A lot.
And when he called, the person was in the house, so he called to tell her that. So it's just like
that's the freaky part of the movie,
right? So it's just like whenever I see movies like that where people kind of just, you know. Like, I like log cabins, but I don't want to be in one of those areas where it's just like me and my husband and then there's nobody neighbors.
Right. I don't know how people live like that.
No, because you need medical attention. Like, if medical attention had to come to you, you have to worry about the weather.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when weather hits and then they like, we can't get to you because some trees came down and now you're all by yourself. And, you know, like things like that. What if you have a baby and you're pregnant? You can take the car all the way around the world.
Right. The Mandrakis. Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's really creepy.
The house is really cool, though.
We were looking up that house because it's so pretty.
Fake house, really cool.
Yeah, it was completely fake.
But it's really.
I was really hoping that the whole interior was real, but the outside of the house is real area, but the inside house is completely studios, and I was disappointed to know that.
Or even on the Jurassic Park, that big mansion out of nowhere, it's like far away from.
It was like castle looking homes.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's weird. The fact that people, and it's always like those big homes, there's only like 3 people living there. It's
even like the Playboy house. Remember? We
watched
the documentary.
Oh my God, you guys should see that.
Like, we watched this documentary on the Playboy Mansion, and they have all these like trap rooms.
Like
you can't see them if you just walk down the hall, but if they're not like doors, they're like just openings.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The debauchery that went on in that place has got to be...
And they're like, here's a trap door. If you go through here, and then you're home. I was like, that's weird.
That's
Jackie Chan's house has that. He has like these. He lives in this big like warehouse.
He lives in China or here? Is he from China? He's from China.
He lives in China, but he lives in this house. That looks. If you drive up, it just down the street. It just looks like a warehouse.
Oh, really?
It doesn't look like a home at all. It doesn't like. I mean, it's got the front door is like a garage. Opening. It's just like it looks like a huge, gigantic warehouse. And you go in, he's a clutter bug. And so he's what do you call? They say, and he said that I am borderline a hoarder. Oh. And he does kind of look like that, like his home. Oh. And he's kind of there by himself.
Really?
And he's got this.
Is he not married? No, he's not.
I don't think so. But then he has like this, like it's just weird. It's a weird inside his house. It looks like little rooms and stuff, and they like little trap rooms. And here's my room, and then it's just like you think you're going to like his room, and you're not. You're just going to like the thing, and then he's like, push the wall. This is my room here. Why'd you put it there? It's like a safe room.
You think that celebrities and just people, rich people, not celebrities, not even that, but like extremely wealthy people just get bored, and they just try to.
I think they get bored. I also think they're just into stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're into stuff because they can do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I think they're into weird things. That's why I like movies like The Purge.
Yeah.
Wasn't odd.
Right.
It was creepy because you know it can happen. Mm-hmm. Because you know, like, these really rich people who have all this money, they don't really look at people as human beings because they feel like they're on some sort of pedestal on top of the world. We can own you.
Right.
And so they treat us just like politicians and all. They all treat us like we're numbers.
I can do this and you can't.
You can't.
So they make these ridiculously crazy houses and built these really weird cars, and it's like, but you can't have it because you don't have the money.
Right.
It's like,
so they do things like weird parties and things that are outlandish and jaw dropping, and then non-disclosure parties, and you can't tell people that I was here. We did this, and it's just they're strange. You know what I mean? And I think it's because it is strange. I mean, think about it. If you were like a celebrity, everybody would know you. Yeah. Like, you want to create your own little world. Yeah, remember that thing with Michael Jackson? He created his own store. Yeah. He wanted to. It was kind of sad, but he was so famous and weird that he wanted to do something normal, like go to the grocery store. So he went to the grocery store and closed it down. Yeah. And then he had people act like they were customers. And then he would say, "Good morning." Yeah. And he's been known to go get into full prosthetics. Yeah. And just to be able to go to a store just legitly. Just like Joe Rogan. Prosthetics. Yeah, Joe Rogan pulled that video up of him doing that. And he said it's kind of sad. It's sad. It is sad that he had to sort of pretend like a customer. Yeah. He had people like say good morning to him, and people just act like shoppers. Can you imagine? Like, that's odd. I think that if you're that famous, I think you can lose your mind. I think kids get ruined with that fame. I think that's what's wrong with Will Smith. Yeah, and Miley Cyrus and Beyonce. I think they're all just
God.
in this bubble of oddness.
Yeah.
That you can only understand, I guess, unless you were famous.
Yeah.
And I don't ever really want that.
No, that's too much.
I like my privacy, but I also like to go to places.
I just got done watching a Lady Gaga documentary on Netflix. I watched the Taylor Swift
She's a strange one.
And she is an interesting, strange person.
She's a strange one. But you know what happens when people are strange like that? They call them artists. They're an artist. This is how artists are. I was like, no, sometimes they're weird too. She's like,
she was talking this one part where she kind of had like a breakdown, and she's like, you know, but they didn't show her. They showed like the audio. They didn't show the visual because she didn't want that part to be. But she was okay with the audio. But she was talking to, I think, her manager, and she was like, you know, all day long I have people. For some reason, she had a breakdown that day, but she was like, all day long I have people touching. You don't understand? All day long I have people touching my face and fixing my hair and getting me clothes and like that. Every day of every second of her entire life since she's been famous. There's always been someone around her. And then she said, then I go home and there's no one.
Yeah, that's what Britney Spears said.
I go home and there's no one. And it's a very eerily lonely feeling. She's kind of like had a breakdown. Like, it's kind of sad.
Strange, you know.
So sad.
You know, when people are famous, they're also treated weirdly.
Yeah.
And they also are targets.
Yeah.
For people, which goes into our last movie, Misery. And you're famous.
So that brings us to our last movie, Misery.
Misery.
Where a crazy lady,
crazy fan goes berserk.
She saves Paul from a car wreck in the snow, pulls him into safety because she's a nurse, a crazy nurse. Found out later she killed a bunch of people. And that is a classic movie, y'all. But I have to tell you, every time I watch that hobbling part, I can't watch that. It's too hard.
That's a pretty classic movie.
But people... Ever met people that you think, you're just a little crazy?
Yeah, like most of my customers. That's why I don't like cleaning when people are in the rooms.
I checked on this lady last night, and like in the middle of the night, I was cleaning, and I was cleaning the public bathrooms, right, the men and women's bathroom, and then while I was in the bathroom cleaning, I could hear her in the lobby, and she was yelling. She was saying, "Lady, like lady, like repetitively, lady, you know." And then I ran out to see what was happening, and it was her. So when I got up to her, I said, "Whoa!" I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Why are you yelling like that?" Right? And then she said, "How do you get the Wi-Fi?"
You are weird.
I thought, "Wow, she was strange. She was strange." Do you remember the guy in New York with this guy? We told you about this before. This guy, if you guys are here, this guy on the train in New York. You know what I mean? Like, but he was a really big man, and he made himself look like a bear. He had his hair. He's a black man. He was large, and his hair was all like teased out to make it look really big. He also put dirt on his face. You know, like war paint, like kind of that type of thing. And he would go through the trains and just have this really burly, he made the voice, scary voice. And he would walk by and he would be asking everybody for money. And for some reason, he always centered Carrie and I out.
He didn't like us.
He didn't like us.
He liked us. Maybe he felt judgment in our eyes.
Because everyone else, like, you know what's funny about this man is that I noticed that everyone else on the train used to always ignore him. They tried to ignore him, like, you can see, you know, someone's purposely trying to ignore. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. They're purposely trying to ignore him, and he noticed that, right? But so he just kind of let that go. But it's like Karen and I were not. We were just like, we looked at him, like, yeah, no, you know, like, stop. You know, my guess is that the reason why he centered us out is because we didn't act like we were ignoring him.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily, but we didn't talk to him or anything, but we weren't putting our heads down in our books every time he went by, which is what people were doing, mm-hmm. Right? We were just like, no, dude, you know, like, I don't have the money, but yeah. That's all of our movies.
That's it.
All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Let us know what movies, TV shows, whatever that you guys like, that maybe we should be watching that we don't know about. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to help us grow. You guys, thank you guys for watching. Have a good weekend. Bye.